Alright, by now you should have Android Studio installed, IntelliJ installed, Flutter installed, and you should have run Flutter Doctor. If there are any major issues in Flutter Doctor, be sure to correct them. Don't worry about the connected devices, it's not important at this point. Go ahead and open IntelliJ, click Create New Project, and you'll see Flutter listed on the left. If you don't, you didn't install the plugin correctly. On my system, I was able to follow the steps that I described. On some systems, you may need to go back and reinstall the Flutter plugin after installing Flutter. Go ahead and choose the SDK location. If you can't find it, click Install SDK and follow the directions. Click Next. From here, you see we have a project name, and we can choose which languages the binaries get compiled down to. Hit Finish, and we're just going to build a basic Flutter application. This part can take a second depending on your computer speed. Alright, first thing we're going to do for the sake of time is start our emulator. You see how it says no devices? That's what Flutter Doctor was complaining about. Let's go ahead and open the emulator. It's going to take a moment for this to boot up, so I'm going to just pause the video for a second. Alright, our virtual device is booted up and ready to go. We're just simply going to click the Run button, and you'll see it's going to start building, compiling, and pushing the application out to the phone. While it's doing that, I'm going to cover what this application does. Here we're importing the material package. Think of the material as just like a desk in front of you. It's just a flat surface which you can move things around and work with. Then we have our main function, which calls runApp. Run is the main entry point. RunApp is just a function that takes this class, in this case the myApp, and pushes it out. Now, Dart has what's called stateless and stateful. You can see these two here. Stateless means it doesn't track the state. State is, well, what's going on currently. For example, let's say you're married and you come home at 3 in the morning. Your wife says, "Hey, where were you?" And you say, "Hey, none of your business where I was." Your wife's state is going to change. Yes, state is simply what's going on in the application. So what's going on here is we're making a new application which is stateless, which is making a new instance of the My Homepage class, which is stateful, which means it's currently tracking the state. And here we see the My Homepage state, which actually has a counter inside of it. Then internally, we're building the graphic user interface through this build function right here. Let's go ahead and look at the program. And as you can see, here it is in all its glory. We're going to click this, and you can see the state is changing. Let's look at this a little bit. Let's say I don't like that. As you can see, when I saved it, it initialized what's called a hot reload, and the emulator updated in real time as well. You'll see these changes in real time on the screen. That's called hot reloading. It means you don't have to start and stop your application every time you make a change. You can simply save it and it hot reloads. If you make a change and the hot reload doesn't take place, you can just simply restart the whole application. And because the program's out there, it restarts very quickly.